Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Callie and today I am going to be going over, I guess I'm just going to call it my reading habits and things that I need to have while I'm reading. So I know a couple of my friends and some family always ask how I'm able to read as much as I do during a month. So I guess generally the way I'm able to read so much is I have a goal to read an hour a day, and I try and find little areas within my day, usually when I'm making coffee in the morning, waiting to log on to work. During my lunch hour, I'll typically try and read for at least half of it. Usually at work, I'll eat throughout the entire day, especially since we've been working from home. So during my actual hour-long lunch break, I will just sit in my office and read. As well as after work. When I'm done with a long day, it's really nice to kind of just go downstairs on my couch, leave my office space as much as I love it when I'm sitting in here from 7:30 till 4 every single day. It gets a little, I want to leave. So I'll go downstairs on the couch and put on my headphones and just read for a little bit. And that does add up it adds up throughout the entire day. So that's how typically I read throughout my day. Now, while I'm reading, I have a few staple items that I have to have. Number one being my phone. So I use several different book apps, but the one that I use the most, and this isn't sponsored at all, but the one that I find works the best for me is called Bookly, and I'll throw up little bits and pieces of it up here. I really like Bookly because it gives me an estimated time of finishing a book based on how long I've taken to read the book thus far. So when you go in, you click on the book that you're currently reading and hit start reading, and it'll set a timer for you, and you can pause and resume and stop as much as you want throughout the entire reading session. This is how I sort of track how long I've been reading. What's really nice about this feature as well is when I have quotes and things that I want to save, thoughts, ideas, words that I want to look up the definition of later, there's that option on the main screen which will actually pause your timer for you, and you can take a picture of the page, and I think it's called image to text, and you can it'll save all of your quotes, and it'll ask you for the page number, and it'll save all that information for you later. So I really like that. I also like you can make goals from it as well, which is really fun. I think I set a monthly goal and a yearly goal, and I do have the daily goal of an hour. I don't really pay attention to that one as much. Plus, it's just sort of a fun little way to, I almost see it as like a game when I see it on my like main screen, where it's like, it'll only take you an hour and a half to finish this book. And I'm like, I could find an hour and a half of my day. I could finish this book today. So Bookly is kind of the main thing that I use my phone for. I also listen to music. For me, I listen to, it has to be wordless music. I typically listen to soundtracks, classical music, Disney songs turned into classical music. I have a few of those on my playlist as well. I just have basically this giant playlist of movie scores ranging from, you know, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean. That's how the playlist started, and then as I watched more and more movies, more things have gotten on there, like How to Train Your Dragon score is on there, Game of Thrones. I think I have some music from the new Disney Pixar movie Soul. That had some top tier score, and I love score, so it's very nice to sort of listen to that, and they all have like a fantasy element to the music, so I typically read fantasy novels, so it just sort of works out really nicely. And there is nothing better than when a high intense musical number is playing and you're in a high intense situation for whatever you're reading. I've had that happen a few times and it's just epic and I love it. So besides my phone, the other thing that I use is I use my Bookish planner. So again, not sponsored, I just love this planner. This is the Always Fully Booked planner by, I think it's Little Inklings Design. I've talked about this planner before and I always have it open to, so she has like, I'll open it. She's got all these tabs. So down here at the very bottom is reviews. So typically while I'm reading, and I like to read in 100-page or hour sprints, whichever comes first. And that's typically how I like to time out everything. So I'll have it open to whatever review I'm on. I've filled this up fairly, it's a little full right now. So yeah, this is the page that I'm on now. And as I finish a sprint, I will jot down some thoughts and ideas of how I'm feeling about it. I try not to put in predictions. I did that a few years ago where I'd write predictions in my kind of reviews, and I got annoyed with myself or disappointed when I was later thinking on. So it's mainly my thoughts and feelings throughout the entire story, and then I'll leave a couple of lines at the end for my final thoughts and reflections. And then I'll just fill out the rest of the information for this. This one's a little out of order because I decided to read A Court of Silver Flames right when it came out, when I was supposed to read the book that I'm currently reading. But it's just sort of a way that I really enjoy tracking my thoughts while I'm reading, as well as through Bookly. Through Bookly, I typically only capture quotes just because I compile those in a different area. So I like to compile quotes there just because that one's easier to access. The thoughts and feelings, when I'm having thoughts and feelings about a book, I want to keep reading. I don't want to just stop and be like, these are my thoughts and feelings. No, I just want to keep going. So I don't typically do that. I'm also one of those people where I have to stop at a chapter. I can't stop, even if it's at like I said, 100, I usually read to either 100 pages or an hour. If I'm in the middle of a chapter and that's where page 100 is, I will finish the chapter. And that's fine. Like, I'll deal with that later. And I just keep pushing the 100 mark, and it's fine. It works out really well, and I finish books faster that way. At least I think I like to think I do. It might not actually be true. But yeah, so that's typically what I do while I'm reading a book. It makes everything seem more manageable, especially because I read a lot of books that are like well over 500 pages. I read A Court of Silver Flames in 2 days, and that's a 750-page book. So, which I have thoughts and feelings on. If you want me to do a review, its own review or a spoiler review, I am happy to do so. As you guys know, I talk about Sarah J. Maas all the time here on this channel, and I absolutely love the new book. It's great. If you love any of her works, pick it up. It's worth it. Just go pick up Silver Flames. It's top notch. And yeah, that's kind of all I have. If you have any other questions or anything of that nature on my reading habits or how I read, let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. I just thought this would be kind of like fun and sit down, and this was supposed to be an unboxing video, but none of my boxes showed up. So I had to come up with this on the fly. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I will see you guys in our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!